Hi guys, I thought I'd do this replay for two reasons. One, it's my North Carolina, and I haven't done a review of it yet, the American Tier 8 battleship, and I have decided I'm going to sort of go down the American battleship line to Tier 10. So that's one reason I thought, well, I should really do a Carolina review compared to the North Carolina review compared to the Colorado, the Tier 7. But the main reason, this game, I think, was the tightest game I've ever played in ships. It was truly incredible. I, I don't think I do okay in it. It's not a bad game, don't get me wrong, but yeah, this isn't about my gameplay at all. This is just how blooming tight this got. It was unbelievable. So while we're waiting really for the game to sort of get to the interesting bits, North Carolina, the American Tier 8 battleship. It's a big step up from the Colorado in terms of play style. The main reason being speed. Colorado tops out, I think, just under 20 knots. This thing ran about 27.2, I think it is. Huge step up. It's, you look at the New Mexico, the Colorado, they're all slow, heavy battleships, the Americans. From this point onwards, they become much quicker. And as a result, a slightly different play style to them, and a lot more flexibility, big improvement. So, stat-wise, both Colorado and the North Carolina have the 406mm guns, the 16-inch ones. This has got the Mark 6, the Colorado's got the Mark 1s. Now the interesting bit is the stats for the guns. Bear in mind they're both 406mm. Rate of fire exactly the same. Turn rate exactly the same. Let me just turn the volume down on that a little bit actually. Sorry about that. Right, yeah, rate of fire the same. Rate of turn on the guns the same. Now the accuracy. The Colorado's 406mm. I've got 231 maximum dispersion meters. Maximum dispersion. North Carolina 271. So in theory, it's 40 meters less accurate in terms of its maximum dispersion. That circle, the hit circle. However, there's a couple things to bear in mind in that. One is the range. The Colorado's got a 21.14 kilometer range on its guns, whereas the Colorado had 17 kilometer range. So that's quite a step up. This is 21 kilometers without. I mean, as you see at the moment, I've got a 24 kilometer range. I haven't even got the range increase on it yet. This thing can shoot the map. It's brilliant for that. So that dispersion is obviously at that maximum range as well, so that's one thing. So I'd say the accuracy is probably about the same. Now, from my experience of it though, even though on paper they're pretty much the same accuracy, this thing, the sigma value, that vertical dispersion, is far better than the Colorado's. That was quite frankly horrendous. And this is what really changes it, the speed and that sigma value on these guns. I think the North Carolina is a very good Tier 8 battleship. I really like it. I'm averaging around about 70,000 damage a game with it. Yeah, it's a lot more flexible. It feels more agile, even though it's not, just because of the speed. And those guns, you get a hell of a lot more citadels than you did with the Colorado. So yeah, the accuracy stat can be misleading on ships. Generally, you don't really know how the guns handle when you start playing it, I find. Yeah, the only real difference is the Colorado had 4 turrets with 2 guns in each. North Carolina's got 3 turrets with 3 guns in it, 2 at the front, 1 aft. So it's 1 extra gun. Yeah, which is, if you're barrel tanking, it means you've got 6 guns on something, as opposed to the 4 from the Colorado as well. So it's yeah, it's got a little bit more firepower as well, and it's a lovely shape. Right, so we're actually getting into battle now. Okay, so we're 1 destroyer down, but we've got 2 bases. They've got 1. It's going okay. It's not terrible. And there's a nice juicy Fiji. Okay, now I'm doing okay in this ship, but I haven't quite. I'm not winning as many games as I'd like to win in it. I think I'm maybe even, I don't know. I think I'll lose more than I win, which is kind of annoying because I seem to be doing okay. I don't know whether that's just because of play style, I'm not quite playing it right, or whether I'm just a little bit unlucky. It just happens, you get some statistical blips. But I decide on this one I'm going to be quite aggressive. I'm going to try and push across this gap, which on the G line there, G3 gap, which does leave you very open to cruisers, destroyers shooting at you. But I don't want to sit here and sort of get penned in, especially when looking at the map on the east side of things. The guys there are kind of stuck on that corner, which I hate that corner at C7. So yeah, I decided to be a bit aggressive and try and push with a bit of hope I get support. One thing to note with the Carolina is the armour's good, but the Citadel's quite big. You can get Citadeled fairly easily if you're broadside on. You've got to play it smart. It's good if you can angle it, but don't get caught outside on. You can take some big old hits. So that was a nice juicy target that somehow I really failed to do anything to. Okay, so look at all that smoke kicking up, and I'm still spotted. Oh, right. Well, the other thing is, if you go with the stealth build with the Carolina, right, you can get down to about 12 kilometers for its spotted range, which is just insane for a big battleship. Does give you some options. I haven't got a captain to that point yet, so. But certainly, if you're at 13 kilometers and getting hammered, you stop firing. It's great. So yeah, it's a nice big hit on the Cleveland there. But see what I mean about the guns? They don't seem as... The variation vertically is nowhere near as bad as Colorado, where even at 6 kilometers you were struggling to hit stuff sometimes. This feels a tighter grouping. And being 16-inch guns, you're generally overmatching cruisers, even if they're trying to bow on and things like that. So you don't get as many ricochets unless you're going up against angled big heavies. Look at that Roma. That is a juicy target. So let's have a look at the shots. Nice and tight. That's not bad, but 1 penetration, 5 overpens is a bit disappointing. But yeah, as you can see, I'm now getting spammed from, I think, the Edinburgh, looking at that fire rate. And bear in mind, you've got a Roma there, Cleveland, etc. That's why I'm turning my ass to the whole thing. And this Roma's still quite happily sailing broadside on, so it seems rude not to. But yeah, I'm starting to get significantly hurt now. You see those rounds are sort of cutting through for 1,000 apiece. And yeah, 3 penetrations in the Roma that time, that's better. So I've managed to cross the gap, which is good. But unfortunately, our battleship, the Nelson, has decided to suicide by charging in there. I genuinely don't know what the hell he was thinking of doing there. Nelson's great, but not if you do that kind of silly manoeuvre. So, we're still on his ship down, but they've captured 3 now. Now look at this, watch this. So, shots away, broadside into a Roma, he's only got 2,000 health left. Yeah, he's a goner, he's a goner. He's got 1 penetration for 0 damage, 1 ricochet, the rest all missed. Okay, bit surprising, but never mind. We've still got him. So that's 730 health, here we go. Broadside on still. This is juicy. This is just sitting up and saying, please kill me. And he disappears. Now that shot was fired without the aim assist, because obviously he wasn't visible at that point. So I'm waiting just to see whether I need to fire again. Yeah, clearly do, so I'll put 2 more into him. Here we go. 219 health. I just need 1 of these to hit him. Even if it overpens, he's dead. 2 pens, 1 ricochet, no damage. I don't get that. I really don't see how he's still alive. Let's try again. Aiming a bit higher with this. I'm just going for a superstructure hit. Anything like that. There we go. Come on. 2 ricochets off his superstructure. I mean, this guy seriously sacrificed something. I don't know whether it's firstborn child or entire family or whatever, but how the hell is he still alive? I was honestly, I mean, you can see me sort of in the chat saying it, but then of course the island gets in the way. And look at my health. I'm in trouble here. So yeah, I finally sort of wake up and realise that I'm in a world of pain unless I actually wake up and start playing this a bit. Recover from the shock of that Roma still somehow surviving all that. And I realise I'm broadside onto some big nasties. And we're still only a ship down, but they've got 3 capped and they're capping a 4th. Oh, sorry, we're capping the 4th. So they're gaining points on those 3 and we're getting nothing. And looking at the map, I'm pretty alone on this side. Okay, there's 2 cruisers with me, but that's a lot of ships on my side. So I decided, I'm going to say discretion is the better part of valour. No, it wasn't that noble. I just decided to run away, to be honest. Try and create some distance. Try and stop getting spotted. And maybe take some shots if I could. But at the moment, I'm just trying to stay alive long enough to get that last crew heal up. And as you can see, I'm still can't get over the fact that Roma is still alive somehow. So I'm no longer spotted. Excellent, which means I can probably start turning north, because it's just me and that cruiser up there. It seems to be getting a fair bit of attention from the Edinburgh. Meanwhile, ooh, hello York. Now look at that, it's turning broadside on as well. 15 kilometres, a bit of a range, but you know, I think that's potentially worth it. So let's put one in, get back up to full speed, keep trying to run north. There's a date, North Carolina. And if I'd only waited a few seconds more, yeah, it's one of those where I should have really just held the shot for another second. But I'm very conscious I'm now broadside onto the Gneisenau there, and I've got North Carolina behind me. And at 9 kilometres, I'm not going to drop off if I stop firing. So I might as well shoot if I can. Now the thing with the German turtleback armour is effectively you can forget trying to citadel them, realistically. You might once in a blue moon citadel them, you know, especially if you've got a Yamato or something like that, but just aim above it. You know, just get solid superstructure hits. You can still damage them for good amounts. It's just you're not going to get the maximum AP damage. But yeah, I'm up to 67,000. I'm fully expecting to be dead very soon, but my heals come back in. Hey. And that Gneisenau is a bit overconfident about how good his turtleback armour is, because, you know, like I said, it protects his citadel, but doesn't protect his superstructure. There you go, another 13,000 into him. And meanwhile, I'm keeping it angled, so his 14-inch guns, I think they are. Yeah, he's going to get some overpens, but that'll probably be about it. He's going to really struggle to hurt me, hopefully. So, and again, still staying broadside. The guy's got a suicide wish, I think. So, let's see if we can hurt him again. Yeah, another 11,000. Not brilliant, but that's not bad. And yeah, means one more volley, I've got him. And he's barely scratching my paintwork, I think. The North Carolina behind me is far more dangerous. But he has now turned east, if you see on the minimap. Because he's suddenly aware that to the east of the map, our guys are suddenly pushing. Now, if you look at these scores, though, so they've got 2 bases capped. We're capturing 1, and we've captured 1. But they're over 900 points now. This is starting to get very hairy. And we're down a couple of ships. And I'm in a lot of trouble here. But Fiji, that is really overconfident. 11 kilometres. Now, he wisely stops firing to try and avoid getting spotted. But yeah, that's just too late. That was way overconfident. So, that's 1 less. But yeah, still 920 points. That score's ticking on. Now look at that. Doing guns are good. These guns are very good. I'm really looking forward to the tier 9 and 10, because I think they still keep the 16-inch guns, but yeah, I think they're faster shell velocities and things like that. But yeah, 21 kilometres. Yeah, you spread your shots out. I mean, sometimes I do a full blast, but this guy could go anywhere by the time those shells get there. I think, as you can see, it's about a 15-second travel time. So. Yeah, get 1 hit, unfortunately no overpen, but yeah, could have killed him. It certainly helps. I've just put my spotter plane up, just because, effectively. You know, with the island to my right there, just in case there's stuff trying to circle around, things like that, it just improves my visibility. Generally, I use the fighter, obviously it's for AA primarily, because this is still pretty much the stock North Carolina. But it is obviously still handy as a spotter for torpedoes and things like that as well. But at this point, I'm pretty confident that I'm not going to get torpedoed anytime soon. Alright, so North Carolina isn't paying any attention to me, which is understandable considering getting charged by the Charles Martel there. I'm really holding off, because to hit him I'd have to be firing pretty much where the Charles Martel is. I really don't want to cock him up with that. So yeah, Charlie drops a massive can of whoop-ass into the North Carolina there, sails on past. That's what we call drive-by. So, it's Mahan. Yeah, this is just a... You got shots, you've got to take them, haven't you? But, yep, they're not going to hit. And hopefully the cruiser down there will. And there he goes, Charlie Martel with another good kill. So how are we doing? Yep, and we've got the scores down to 883 on their side. But yeah, look at what's going on. We've got 3 bases capped against us now, and we're only capturing 1. And they're still hovering around 900 points. It's starting to get very hairy. But we have killed an awful lot of their ships all of a sudden. And this was the turning point. That's drive-by by the Charles Martel on the North Carolina, and then taking out that destroyer. Yeah, very, very significant, because suddenly they've got 2 cruisers and a destroyer left, and they're playing stay alive effectively. So, look at that score there, 930, and I'm nowhere near a base. Yeah, we've got battleships about to go to B, but yeah, this is looking hairy. They could probably get away with us now, and I'm of the opinion that if they stayed unspotted, they might have won it. I'm not 100% on that, but you see the score now, 963. They've still got 2 bases giving them points at the moment. And 975, still 2 bases giving them points, 979. There, now it's down to 1 base, that's 4 points every, was it 6 seconds or something like that? Now, you know, 983, that's 17 points, so it's 4 ticks left now. It's not long, and there's nobody going to get into that base in 20 seconds or so. So if he'd managed to remain unspotted, I think this is game over. However, I'm spotted, 995, which makes me think there's somebody there, and I think I saw shots, so I'm there he is, right. Spreading him out, 999. He has to be hit before that ticks again, which is any second now. So, I mean, how close? I'm convinced that would have ticked before my shells hit him. I think it was that close. So, 957, suddenly we're in with a chance. We've got 3 caps. But more importantly, they're only getting points from 1 cap, and now our guy is in there contesting it.
That was a great battle.
So as long as they don't kill any of ours, we should have this. Didn't get particularly good with that one. Oh, our Edinburgh's just died. He's up to 992 again. But he's not getting the capping points because we've got a guy in the circle as well. So that's contested. So as long as he didn't kill anybody else, we're okay. Ish. But we've got 1 minute 38 seconds left on the clock. So that's that pesky Edinburgh out there. So just the lightning. There are 942. Check my plane up again just in case he's launched torpedoes at me. Right. And switch to HE. Now, we've got 1 minute 10 seconds left. We've got 3 bases capped, and we're capturing the 4th one. I'm fairly confident that's enough for us to outscore him before the game timer ends. So I don't want to go suicidally charging forwards into a wall of torpedoes, die, at which point he definitely wins because he gets the battleship kill points, which is why I'm turning away. Keep my guns pointed that way. Fire's just on a handy swoop across, so there's no torpedoes heading just now. Now get spotted, so that tells me roughly he's on that line there. And I start accelerating. If he's going to launch torpedoes at me, that island to my left, that one there should protect me for now, which is why I'm slowing back down again. And there's the shots. Now this made me chuckle. Watch this. Gotcha. Oh yeah, look at that. How? I mean, I'd have been surprised if it killed him, but I was expecting at least 2 or 3 to have hit him there. So there we go, 3 seconds left. 993, we've overtaken him on points. Game over. Well, I hope that was interesting. Like I said, it was a hell of a game. And yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And hopefully, it gives you a bit of an idea of what North Carolina's like. So as you can see, 105,000 damage. It was an okay game, but it was nothing special. I managed to get Dreadnought, which is always a bit of an embarrassing one because it just means you get shot lots. But yeah, team performance. I think that Charles Martel had a far better game than I did. I thought he was a game saver. Yeah, they played really well. But yeah, hope you enjoyed that, and all the best, guys.